Everyone's like, I want that high quality, good sounding, good looking. We say no to any of that.
Nah, not with our Star Wars podcast. We're trying to make it sound like it was recorded in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby, baby.
Lo-fi, baby. What's going on, guys? Welcome. My name is Chris, a.k.a. RumblePack92, and you are watching This is the Waypoint, the one and only Star Wars discussion show right here on the Shared Screens Podcast Network. We got a stacked fucking cast today. There goes our monetization. I am so sorry. Just immediately out the window.
Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck, bro?
I mean, we will eventually, but yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I'm trying to retroactively keep it there, like so that way it's like maybe they'll touch old things, and I just put a stake through the heart of this one right here. Goodness gracious, I shot it as fast as Cassian shot Arvel Skeen last week, bro. Fired on him. It's so badass.
Oh yeah.
Joining me today, my co-host, of course, the other creator of This is the Waypoint, some other Josh.
Good to be back. I miss you boys so much.
I know, man. I'm glad to hear that you're okay. We definitely had a moment of silence for the both of you because just above him, also returning from TwitchCon, is one and only Jim Tasty.
What up?
I love the towel, man. I made sure to keep it in frame.
That's right.
Yeah.
I made sure that Anakin is always watching over us as we go on. But of course, who would we be without our guy in the chair? Of course, we got Alec Bobko.
Ayo.
And the returning guest in the dope motherfucking Blockbuster hoodie. It's Aaron Roots.
That's me. I'm in the Blockbuster hoodie. I'm back.
What? It's you? Oh. Holy shit. Welcome back. We're always happy to have you here, dude. I'm excited to talk to you guys about Andor Episode 7, but before we do that, if you haven't already, hit that goddamn subscribe button down there. Hit that bell! I don't care if you subscribe. I want you to know when we put things out. I want you to know. So that way, you can hear me do this, right? So that way I can just come up and talk next to you. It'll be like having a conversation just next to each other. And then they're like unsubscribing. No more. Yeah. I'm so sorry I ever clicked on this. Yeah, no.
Something just happened to me during that. I can't describe what it is, but something happened.
I started that bit and had no idea where I was going with it. I let it be its thing.
Yeah. Also the bell lets you know when we go live too for streams.
Lots of streaming, lots of content. We got good old Hot D running. We just finished up She-Hulk. There's plenty of good stuff that we're making right now. So make sure that you're subscribed so you can catch up on that. But none of that matters right now because we're here to talk about some Star Wars, baby. My favorite show.
Oh yeah.
What I might go ahead and argue, amidst all of the other really great shows that are out there right now, Andor, best one. Yeah. So I'm just putting it down. Andor, best one.
In terms of Star Wars or just all live action
I mean, it's like you look at the lineup that we got right there. I mean, She-Hulk just ended, I guess, and I guess also Ring of Power did as well. But then like House of the Dragon and all that other stuff. I'm putting Andor at the top. Yeah. I'm putting Andor on top of all of it.
Okay.
But also, yeah, Star Wars shows. This might be my favorite one. It's kind of hitting. It's
pretty fucking good, dude.
It's been pretty goddamn consistent, bro. Like
yeah. Like and. I'll just go for it now. You know, I was the guy who's like, we don't need this. Who's asking for this? And here I am. I'm loving it. You know, it's fantastic. I was wrong. So, if you haven't already watched it, watch it, please. That's my running endorsement.
That's
I've seen the light.
That's the thing, y'all got it. It's if you don't know, that genuinely is a gigantic endorsement of this show. I've listened Josh shit on Rogue One for 2 years. And he's like, you know what? No, this is the one.
I mean, Rogue One's, you know, still problematic as fuck, but I mean, this show's pretty fucking good, dude.
Show's really, really fucking good. So on that note,
I
want to hear how you guys felt about Episode 7 of Andor. Aaron, I was gonna say you're the new one here. This is your like third week on it. Yes, Alec. Before we get into it, actually,
I would say before, we should probably get Brett's and Josh's thoughts on Episode 6, right?
I agree.
Oh yeah, because you weren't here. I was like, why? I was like, why we did
Just
that?
a week ago.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's bro. It's been a week. Brett, what'd you think? What'd you think of last week? What'd you think of the heist?
I thought it was great. I like the ruthlessness of the rebels. Um, we had an incompetent Imperial employee that was really cool to see. Great visuals. Yeah, you really felt the tension in terms of the execution of
Mm-hmm.
their heist, and so I thought it was a thrilling episode. Definitely, it was worth that 3 episode build up. And yeah, fantastic.
Heck yeah, man. Josh, what about you?
All right, so I missed the last two, and so last night I caught up, binged three back to back to back, and I almost had a little arc in it. Basically, we had the pre-heist build up. Watching that was all incredible. More just with the gang, and then the heist, like Brett said, tension throughout the episode. Very well done. Honestly, probably one of the best heists put to fucking camera, if I'm being honest. And then gorgeous visuals on top of that. And then this was kind of like the post heist follow up. Catching up with our characters since. And I out of all three I watched, this was definitely the weakest of them, for sure. And there were some weird choices where, like, in the post heist, sitting with it, I cared more about the societal and political ramifications
Mm-hmm.
from the heist in terms of Mon Mothma and the Empire and this fraction rebellion that's still trying to get together, more than I cared about Andor and the actual characters. So as like a post heist episode, I felt this was a little bit run of the mill and just kind of by numbers. But that's impressions of everything.
I was gonna say, yeah, you wrapped both those up in there nicely. Let's circle back around real fast, Brett. How'd you feel about episode 7 since we got your 6 impressions?
I loved it. It was awesome to see Yularen live action. It was yeah, I the ramifications of this episode, I you could really feel. I feel like Luthen and his worldview is super fascinating. Almost a little Saw Gerrera-y, where he's like, yeah, we just
Absolutely.
gotta make it. We gotta make people suffer, man, for them to rise up. And I was like, he's kind of got a point. Like, I can't remember what the line is, but uh, like, like people like don't realize like the
Oh,
like
I
the
have it. I have it
chokehold.
written
Oh
down.
yeah, yeah, for
The
sure.
Yeah.
Empire's been choking us so slowly, we're starting not to notice. The time has come to force our hand. People will suffer. That's the plan.
Yeah, yeah,
Which
that was
later leads to the Leia quote in A New Hope, which is the more you tighten your grip, Tarkin, the more star systems will slip through your fingers.
yeah, exactly. And then seeing Mon Mothma operate was just incredible. Like we know that she's been a part of this for a long time, but seeing her at this stage is like, man, she's really like been through some crap, and she's gonna go through crap. To see her where we see her in Rebels and in Return of the Jedi and on and on, and so just amazing music, just awesome set designs and visuals. Yeah, it's a fantastic show all around.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad you're joining. Aaron, I didn't forget about you, man. Tell me
No,
your thoughts on episode 7.
You're good, baby. I like this episode. I liked seeing the fallout. What Josh was saying about like caring more about the political side of this was very interesting, especially because last week we got like 99% of everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So this was really cool to see how everything is going after that, and seeing how the emperor is going, or yeah, how the empire is going to tighten their grip and make everybody miserable. I'm really liking Deidre's character. I know she's a bad guy, but like her character is being really well written. Seeing Cassian get some ass in Space Miami was pretty cool. And
Cancun,
then
bro.
just all the little like Easter eggs and stuff. The KX droid, man, that was so cool. I saw it walking up the stairs, and I was like, but it's on
I know
K2.
Josh was
But
popping
I was
off.
like, what?
Oh yeah.
But great episode. Like obviously it's not like an action-packed episode or anything, which is usually the big issue the big issue I have with this show. It's not it's an issue, but it's a non-issue because they're slow burning it, and we already had our payoff last week, and now we're building to potentially a Cassian prison breakout maybe.
Which would be cool.
But
Hopefully.
I'm liking where it's going.
Oh man, I chose the wrong time to take a drink of water. Alec, how you feel about episode 7, bro?
I actually really enjoyed this episode. One of the notes I had was the conversation between Mon Mothma and Tay, just about when we get all the background between those two, and how Mothma has just, or Mon Mothma has just been working in, honestly, in the shadows, but like not necessarily in the shadows, but because she's like doing it literally right under their nose,
Mm-hmm.
and like people right there watching her, like it is this, or it's the same limo driver, because that was another note I made, is that the Luthen did call it a limo, so we know what Star Wars limos look like now.
Hey.
We also know what Star Wars news looks like too.
Hey,
After this episode,
that's true. Yeah.
But I was between that conversation and then the one between Cassian and Marva. I was just hanging on every word with those two great conversations. Another slow burner, but honestly, I love this episode, and we got to hear, what was this, like Star Wars EDM?
Yeah, man.
a
Basically.
little bit.
Yeah, man.
Dude, Fire Festival. Let's go, dude.
Fire Festival is on Niamos, bro.
Loving all the different vibes of like Star Wars music that we don't normally get to hear. It's really cool. Like we got to hear like kind of, like I said, drums in Star Wars for the first time, or one of the first times.
Yeah, man. I agree. I think that the whole show is just so excellently written. Like it's wild how great all the dialogue is, which in turn makes things like the politics interesting. Imagine the politics being interesting in a Star Wars movie. Fucking, I'm looking at you, prequels.
Bro, what are you talking about, dude?
As much as I
Beginning of
love
episode 1.
what
Just saying.
what's funny is that yeah, trade regulations not interesting, but the ISB very interesting. It's you gotta pick and choose. But I do think all the characters are just so well written on like all sides of the central conflict, right? The Dedra and the Imperials and Cyril Karn are all like really, really fascinating characters. Of course, you have Cassian, who's just trying to save his own skin right now, but we're starting to see like those hints of like clearly like his father was a separatist, right? Which also we learned was named Clem, and that hurt me a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got Luthen being a more political Saw Gerrera, basically. Who I'm assuming we're going to be seeing soon. Like we have to be seeing Saw soon.
Yeah.
Mon Mothma, yeah, kind of being like that meme of the kid in the corner at a party, like they don't know I'm a rebel. Everyone else is dancing and he's over there with a cup, like they don't know I'm a rebel. But it's all really, really great, and I love how often we get to see like different sides of the Star Wars universe that kind of like we just really don't get to see before. It feels very lived in because it's at such a low level is not the right word, but I mean it's just an alternate level. You don't see like public transportation or vacation spots in A New Hope or The Force Awakens or whatever, right? But that's primarily where these things take place. And it's like, sure, it's on Coruscant, and a lot of the prequels took place on Coruscant, but it's like you're seeing it like in apartments and bus stations and offices. Like I love that the final shot of that episode is in Cyril's new like cubicle, right? His space cubicle.
I want one of those setups for my room, dude.
Bro, it's so badass. Yes, Josh.
Can I just, while we're here,
Absolutely.
one of my favorite transitions, the Star Wars always does like great transitions in terms of like edits and like wipes and stuff like that. The camera pan out from Mon Mothma's cab to across Coruscant and zooming in on the offices, incredible execution. Like, just what a great way to emphasize that this is all still taking place on the same planet. Like that, I thought that was a very smart and like well done, inspired choice.
Oh yeah, and you get that
incredible.
Yeah, everything that takes place on Coruscant in particular, I think, is just wild. Like that whole sequence of I cannot remember her name, of Luthen's assistant like going to meet Vel, with
Mhm.
and like getting off the bus and like walking across the bridge, and then you get to the bricks, and she's following the signs led by
We
Fel
saw
and stuff. It's just
stormtroopers
so
for the
cool.
first time.
We saw stormtroopers for the
Yeah.
first time. We knew we were
And
waiting
clone
for it.
troopers too.
We knew they had to come, right? I love that they held off on them for so long, and that's such a great visual way of showing like shit's serious now. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you know, these aren't the fucking like Pelmore Mall cops anymore. Like stormtroopers are here now.
Yeah.
and
They
I
might
love
not be
that.
able to hit Jedi with their blasters, but if you're a random civilian, they're gonna hit you.
You're toast. All the Imperial stormtroopers are so precise, bro. Unless
dude.
you're a main character.
Unless you're moving faster than 3 miles per hour.
Yeah, and also practical clones, something that the prequels just didn't have, which is just
It looks so good.
I love how often that we get to see people in real clone armor in all of these Disney Plus shows. That's been really really awesome. This time it's the Phase 1 rather than the Phase 2 that we see in Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is dope. The Phase 1 clone armor is really really cool. And so that was really really awesome to see. And what again just like a cool way to, they're not presented as good guys in that scene. You know, it's they look Imperial,
Oh, yeah.
which is the point. And but I love that. I mean it's, you know, we grow up with Clone Wars, right? You play Battlefront or whatever. It's cool to play as the clones. Like so many of the clones are like the main characters of all these other shows and stuff. And it's so cool to get that from the perspective of Cassian, to where it's like Republic, Empire, whatever, all the same shit. And I thought that was just a really really cool way of explaining that in such with such little time. It's all just visually done to where you don't even have to. They don't have to be like, oh yeah, I hate the Republic because they killed my dad. They just show it to you, and that's it. You know, just excellent storytelling, man. I do have some notes here that I would like to go over if you guys are cool with that. Number one, can't have shit in Space Florida, dude. Can't have shit. I love that he goes on vacation. He pulls off like the biggest heist the galaxy's ever seen so far, right? He goes home. He goes on vacation and gets immediately arrested.
Dude.
Completely unrelated to the
going
thing that he
places.
just did. He was just trying to go for a walk, and fucking Sam
Yeah.
Witwer came and arrested him, bro.
Yeah,
I-
guilty. He's guilty for crime, but not that crime.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty jarring, just all like how fast that happened. I could have used probably a couple more minutes, like even before, you know, we got with the half naked woman laying in bed. Like I thought we could have started before that, maybe
I
like
could have
at
used
a
a few more minutes
casino.
on that for sure.
Yeah,
just-
exactly. Versus like we got there, and then of course there's the stereotype of, you know, he's in the shower while getting his box, and there's a half naked woman in his bed, and then like it was immediate.
He's
like,
on vacation.
Yeah,
He's,
getting
like,
ass in
getting-
Space Miami.
Exactly, but then it was just immediately like, oh, he's arrested, and then they're like, oh, it would have been 6 months. It's actually 6 years
New
now.
policy,
and then,
6
boom.
years. Take it up with the Emperor.
Yeah,
I don't
it
think
would.
he's seeing people.
It's like do I have to? Like, do I get like a number? Like how do I call?
Does
them?
he validate parking?
Yeah. It was a weird yet jarring place to leave the episode off on for me personally. Like, you know,
I think it would have worked less if they hadn't spent a solid like 10 minutes with the Imperial security bro, like just pointing out there's like, hey, serious, like little shit's big now. Like we're arresting people for everyone. Doesn't fucking matter. Like it's like just start putting people in jail. Like
Right.
and so yeah, like her thing was like, would have been 6 months, 6 years, yeah. Sorry, you
Yeah.
this thing happened, and now we're just cracking down on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do like that. That is kind of like an 100% an indirect consequence of the Aldani heist.
but I'm also like I'm starting to wonder if it was like intentional, because that's how it goes in real life. Like you're not anticipating to ever, you know, get a routine like traffic stop or anything like
Yeah.
that. Which
I think it happening in sort of like Space Miami and like Diego Luna being a Hispanic man. I do think that there's some allegories there for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna
100%.
say I feel like this show coming out at this time where you have scenes where a innocent man who's trying to break up a fight or stop people from throwing rocks at stormtroopers or the police, and an innocent black man gets killed, kind of reflective of what's going on now. And also the fact that like there's an evil regime oppressing certain people and people are getting fucking tired of it. It's pretty relatable to what's happening now.
Yeah, man.
This show's coming out at
Exactly.
a really perfect time to
Oh yeah.
commentate on those kinds of social issues.
Mhm.
And it's cool just doing that because that's I think like Star Wars has in a lot of ways been a not reflection of society, but definitely like a commentary on it, but not quite to this level.
Yeah.
Which I think is really really neat. Like I know that Lucas like went out of his way and was like, hey, you know, all of the politicians in the prequels I based off of like George Bush's cabinet and like all of that stuff. But I mean, it's, you know, it's still Palpatine and he's shooting lightning out of his fingers and stuff. Like these are all like very believable like villains, which is cool. Shout out although to that one Shore Trooper one because Shore Troopers are really cool.
Are awesome.
Yes, dude.
They're just really fucking cool. And the guy, the one that arrests Cassian is Sam Witwer, who maybe you've heard of him.
Big shout out.
Yeah, maybe you've heard of him. He plays this dude like the Maul or something. I think he's the like a voice
Never
actor
heard
of
of
him, whatever. And it's weird. Some
Chris had a pretty good impression of him.
some obscure character.
The stream.
I hurt my knee doing the Kenobi screen, bro. I hurt my knees. I fell straight down. I went all out. My walls are much thinner in my new apartment. I can't do that no more. It was also Star Killer, by the way. I feel like I should throw that out there because that's actually like his face. But yeah, he was actually like in the armor, which is really really cool.
That's dope.
Cool.
Alec?
I was just gonna say that planet, Space Miami, like we've been calling it, I have it written down, is Neamos.
Yeah. Space Miami, Neamos, Star Wars EDM, the whole. It's a vibe, dude. You know what's funny is they filmed that in Scotland too.
Really?
gosh.
I was gonna say that was like one of the first set leak like photos was him with the
Shore Trooper.
So it's cool. It was cool getting context for that and seeing all that play out. That was
That
very
makes
nice.
Yeah, because I remember that sticking with me just because I was like, it's a Shore Trooper. Like when those first set photos came out, yeah, I was like, ah.
I was
Yeah.
just gonna say that makes more sense with Scotland, like the beach. You know, they don't have those long sprawling beaches. It makes sense as a shorter beach area.
Oh yeah.
Plus, I mean, Aldani is straight up like Scotland, like Highlands. So, so I mean, it's you know, it's all there. But it was like just a really really cool looking planet. Like I liked the architecture and stuff. So we didn't get to see very much of it, but it did have like that super tropical vibe. Lots of like rounded buildings and just palm trees all up and down. It was sick. I want to go party at Neamos, man.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's cool to see a resort like planet. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Jedi Outcast when they go to the resort planet at the end of the game, man.
There's a lot of I think of Kyle Katarn in Cassian Andor, which is cool. I don't think, you know, Cassian's ever gonna hold a lightsaber, but
Bro, Kyle's gonna break him out next episode.
it's gonna be Kyle. we're gonna see Luthen in Saw Gerrera, and Saw Gerrera's gonna be like, I know a guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not a Jedi, I'm just a guy with a lightsaber and some
He's
questions.
like, I found this on the ground. Like, I don't know, maybe this will work.
Yeah, and it just starts cutting through the door. Oh shit, that'd be really fucking funny. Another
Inquisitors.
Yo, Kyle Katarn versus Inquisitors would be badass though. I would
Be a good way
genuinely
to kill
love
him
to
off,
see
that's
that.
for sure.
Yeah, it's a good reason that, you know, good way to show that he's like, hey, you know why he's not in any of these other movies?
He's dead.
He's super dead. Brett, you pointed out something that I wanted to just kind of circle back around to, which is the appearance of one Wolf Yularen. Which is really really awesome. An admiral in the Imperial Security Bureau. We've seen Wolf Yularen both in the Clone Wars and Rebels animated shows, and in A New Hope. So this is just a really really cool. This dude with the mustache. In A New Hope, he's a background character in the scene where Vader chokes that dude out.
Okay.
But Yularen was a Republic admiral as well, and served often with Anakin Skywalker, and appears in various episodes of the Clone Wars, and then also shows up again later. He conscripts into the Empire and shows up in Rebels as well, and that was a cool little thread that just kind of puts all of these things together nicely.
One of the things that I hate about using subtitles is that it said the name when he was speaking off camera.
Oh yeah,
So I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, dope. But then I was like, but I don't know if you would have gotten it because he doesn't really look like the exact
It's
actor
definitely, it's
from
for sure. Well, I mean,
original movie
the other
or
dude
the
is not alive.
stylized, or the stylized animated version. So maybe that they were helpful in that case.
They were
I
like,
was like,
yeah, and I think they only mentioned his name once, and it's very much just kind of like an offhand character. It's a neat little thing if you know. It's not important if you don't.
Also, what's that dude's name? He's Qyburn in Game of Thrones, Patagraz or something like that. Dude, he was like a freaking coward when Wolf showed up, man.
Oh yeah, shit, I can't remember his name. I know what you're talking about.
Pendergrass, it's something like that. But he was sucking his thumb, man, when Wolf showed up. Wolf has 5 wolves inside of him. I don't know if you knew that.
It's 5 with number 1. I was hoping you'd get it. What's number one? Yeah, you're the one that presented this information.
One wolf invests in rare fish.
Yep.
The other one died in Nam.
Sure.
One's under 6 feet tall, very small.
Yeah, real small fish. Yeah.
One has 5 wolves inside of it.
There's more wolves.
You see. And then one drop ships. I think one. Oh no, one's missing. One's missing. That's the 5th wolf we're trying to find, dude.
One's missing. I'm not sure where it is. I do like the 4th, Russian nesting wolf though. That's really cool. That's really interesting.
Wolf bit. I can't. I lived with it for a whole week, dude. We gotta stop.
Dude, one died in Nam. Show some respect, man.
Also, that's the thing. We don't know if it was the Vietnam War or if it was current day Vietnam, and it just died.
or yesterday. Yeah.
We're still trying to figure it out.
A couple months
if you
ago,
have
he got
any
on a
information,
plane,
please
never
let us
came
know.
back.
We saw him last week. He won't answer his phone.
Last we saw, he sent out a Snapchat. He was playing ping pong with some people in a bar. Next thing we know, just dead silence for a month.
That's it.
Not back.
That's it. He hasn't said anything on Twitter.
Anyways, Star Wars.
Anyway, on that stupid bit.
Let's go back to talking about Wolf.
Yeah, absolutely. The Wolf Yularen. Really, I only had one more note. We kind of covered everything in our general impressions and stuff, but I have an alternative name for this episode of Andor. But it only works if we also change the name of episode 6. Just because I want to name episode 6 "Fucking Around," and then episode 7 "Finding Out," because that's just kind of the whole episode is like, bro, did you see what happened yesterday? And I love that this whole show has done such a great job of tying all of its events together, and everything is a reaction to something else that happens, and in the way everything's all intersects together is just so brilliant. It's just top tier writing, and I'm enjoying every single second of it. So what we know going forward is that while I do think that this show is still very connected. I mean, there was very clear, the first 3 episodes kind of had their own thing, and then the next 3 were kind of their own thing, and there were still threads that carried across those 6 episodes, but it was kind of two different stories, and I liked the way that this 7th one went back and tied up loose ends from both of those. It was really, really great to go back to Ferrex and see Bix and Marva again, and Bix, her poor face. I can't believe they did that to her. How dare you?
Vix, let me take care of you.
I
Everything
I
will
can
be fine.
fix her, bro.
Tim who? What's his name? Yeah,
He's
don't worry about
dead.
him.
He's out of the picture.
Yeah, he's in a better place now. He's in space Miami.
He's in space
Need a shoulder to
Miami.
cry on.
A space shoulder. But it's what's up, girl? What the fuck were we talking about?
Tying up threads, going back to the first planet.
Oh yeah. So what we
all
know
that.
going forward though is that the next 3 episodes are kind of gonna do that same thing to where it's it's still consequences from the previous, but it's its own kind of story arc, and then we got the last 2 as sort of a 2-part finale.
Sweet.
So
I have a
yeah,
Going
theory.
back to Ferrex, to free Ferrex for the finale.
That'd be cool.
That'd be
That'd be
really
cool.
cool.
Mm.
But this is also like the
Calling
first
out.
time that all out like war. You have Saw Gerrera's rebels together, and Mon Mothma's like secretly like giving them money from her new friend in one of the most tense exchanges I've ever seen in Star Wars. By the way, holy shit, that whole scene was so good.
Speaking of Mon Mothma, Brett mentioned earlier that it was great seeing her like do her thing this episode. I'd
Mhm.
just like to say it was good seeing her at all. Have you seen that woman? Good God.
Hush!
You know what I mean?
I did make that note.
You know
It's
what I
like,
mean?
Her in that dress looking fine.
Yeah.
Doing it for me, I'll tell you what. But like the line she seriously though, the line that she had of the Mon Mothma people know is a lie. As long as people think I'm an irritation, they won't see what I'm really doing is so cool. Cause she's like, hey, I'm supporting all of this stuff in the public eye. But what
Yeah.
I'm actually doing is getting a bunch of money, some of it from my family fortune, some of it from this heist we did, and we're playing a fucking rebellion, dude. It's
that's-
awesome.
yeah.
Like
So
I said
cool.
at the beginning of this episode, is she's doing it literally right under their noses, and they
Yeah.
don't even know.
So good. They don't know she's a
And
rebel,
just-
bro.
In that conversation, I love that it'll just randomly be broken up with smile. Like it's a
Right.
like it's a performance.
like-
Like,
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
her
yeah,
conversation with
smile.
Luthen, how he would turn around and he'd go just
Just-
just
Bro.
showing stuff, and they're having a conversation that's super serious, but the dude outside can't hear what they're
Bro,
saying.
Bill
Mhm.
Skarsgård
so good.
is so good as Luthen.
Yeah,
It's
he's
ridiculous
awesome.
how good he is.
Killing it.
Ugh, the whole show is great.
He tran-
I love it very much.
he transcended the Andor
Cassian
guy real
Andor.
quick.
Yeah.
Andor.
Yeah, he did the hand thing in episode 4, and that was it. He was gone. He wasn't just he was Skarsgård no more.
Somebody else.
How long do you guys think he's been wearing that wig for now?
Ever he lives in it. I want to say
Like
he
a couple
sleeps in it.
days?
Yeah.
Mm.
So it'd have to be a
Do you
pretty
think he
cool
takes it
thing
off
for him to
like
do.
after work?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
You know, do you think he just leaves it
I
on?
like to
in
imagine he's
Coruscant?
just wearing it. I think he's
Absolutely.
leaving it on for his cover.
So at least 4
I
days.
imagine that Star Wars wigs are probably comfortable. They can make prosthetic arms, so
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense, right?
Or just grow your hair, Luthen.
I need to know if
you
it's
know.
his real hair or not. It's driving me nuts. I
Is it a
can't
wig?
tell. I don't know.
I don't know.
But I mean, as you look at his hairline, I can't figure it out.
I don't know, man. I'll do it.
If you think it's a
Specialist
wig,
on it.
please let us know down in the comments below. On top of that, maybe let us know if you like the show. Please make sure you keep watching. Hit the like, subscribe, comment, all of that stuff. That means a whole lot to us. And we're not doing super great on YouTube and social media. So please comment and do stuff and tell your friends if you watch us. And we all appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you at the next Waypoint.
Star Wars Moped.
Zero Karn.
The Wrath of Karn is coming.
I'm turning this off now.